Hey, it's another beautiful day here on Vancouver Island. I'm going to go for a ride, but before I do that, I've got to change the tires on my BMW. So the ride will have to wait. And we'll go into the shop here, where I've already got my bike up on my ramp. Now, do you need a ramp to change your tires? No, but it sure makes it a hell of a lot easier. You don't have to be bending down. So I'll set this camera up here and we can watch what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to take is the panniers off. I call them saddlebags. I don't know where the fuck they got that name, panniers, but that's what they call them. And we'll just set them over here. Okay. I put straps on here. They're not holding really anything. They're just stopping it from any type of top wave. Because it's sitting on a double kickstand. Normally I have it pressed here in the... There we go. No more bending down. I'm going to slide the lock in place. There. So I don't know how exactly how that's doing. Okay, I'm going to be on the other side of the bike, so I'll take this over here. We're going to be taking off this right side muffler. I'm going to start by undoing the bolt here on the pipe. Again, you don't need to use the power tools, but I prefer it. Now, set that off to the side. And gently pull off our muffler. Set them over here for now. Now these wheels are a lot easier to take off than the Harley sitting over here. It's full swing arms. This is a T50 wrench. Now I've already gone ahead and put my transmission into 6th gear, so I don't want any rolling. I'm just going to break this loose. And then use the drill to pull them out. I don't think it's possible to get much easier than that. And that just comes right off and comes right down. There. The tire still has some meat on it, but I'm not going to start the year off with it down to 1 millimeter a tread. And I've already done the brakes on it, so I don't have to check them right now. So we'll head off into the back part of my shop and peel this tire off this rim. Okay, here we are at my tire machine. In the back of my garage I have another 4x16 foot garage, and this is where my tire machine sits. So first thing, we'll put the camera up top here so we can see what we're doing. First thing I want to do is take the air out of my tire. In the valve here. Now you want to be mindful of where that valve is, because the sensor position is right there. So the sensor position, it showed right near the valve. So you don't want to be anywhere near the bead breaker in relationship to that sensor. So we're going to go on the other side of it. Turn it right around the other side here. These bead breakers work way better than my old one I had. It was a manual with a big scissor type. You can't get any better than this. Over there. And that's got that off. Now, I don't want to use soap on this. I don't like using detergent soap or anything on my rims when I seat them or when I take them off, because detergent is quite corrosive and it reacts with these alloy rims. So I just have a bit of water here that I'm going to put around. And believe it or not, that's lots of lubrication, just that water. It'll get in there doesn't take much. I mean, this machine peels these tires off really quick. So you can feel where the rim goes, right there. Push down on the rim. Okay, that's locked on. So there. You bring it right to the edge of the rim. You probably can't see much right there, but you bring this right to the edge of the rim. There's plastic on this side, plastic on that side. See if we can't turn this a little bit. Should be able to get it pretty good. Just push that down. Okay, now it has this metal bar here. This is where you put your tire in. So it has some room to pull. Just that little extra room is all you need to get that up and over. You can see once it's over here, it'll just flip right over onto that. You walk right out. It's slick as hell. Okay, we're going to go back. Again, we don't want to be anywhere near that sensor. Lift the top of the tire up. Get it as close as we can to the center. You can feel it's right there. There. And we are past our sensor. Now you want to take note of obviously which direction the tire is going, your old tire. On most motorcycles, the air valve is on the right side of the motorcycle. With the back tire in a BMW or any back tire, it's very easy to see which direction you go, but front tires can be identical either side. So it's usually the valve on the right side, and you look for your direction of flow here. This is an arrow pointing this way. Obviously it turns that way, so when you put the new one on, you want to do the same thing. Now my rim is in really good shape. Very clean because there's been tire paste used on it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be using, is tire paste. And there's many different types, but this is the one I use. It seals it and there's absolutely no detergent in there whatsoever. So Again, we want to position this air sensor about here. We don't want it anywhere near that. And we check for our direction arrows. They are this way, which means it's going to go that way. Then we get our tire brush with the paste, and put paste on here. Excess can all be washed off, which is not a problem. It comes right off with water. You want to do the outside, the edge here, and the inside. That helps it slip right onto the rim. Now, a lot of tires will have a dot on them that shows you the lightest or the heaviest part of the wheel. And that is usually, you put that by the tire belt. But Michelin balance their tires so well, they don't put a dot on there because basically the tires are completely balanced. And they don't sell seconds. So every tire is going to be the same quality. Direction of travel. Check it, there we are. Now, I'm going to start it here. Push it on a little bit. Oh, first I'm going to get my arm back over. Get started on the rim. Turns it right on. Okay, I got slightly out of a line here. I'm going to get most of it to go on right away. Okay, we've got it on here. Now this should slip on. Now most of these I have to use the bead breaker on, or the bead on it. We'll see with this. To fit a seater. That's going to seat. I don't need the bead strap. You're going to hear a loud bang here. It slipped, and that tire paste allows it to slip right in place perfectly. Just wipes right off. And this is a good time to clean the rims because they're hard to get at. Brake dust. Yeah, it's seated. It is definitely seated. I'll wash them with a hose. Now on the back, the book says 41 pounds pressure, but I've been looking online and talking to other BMW mechanics, and they like to see 44 in the back. and 42 in the front. And there's 44. Now I let a bit of air out of there, but I will check it again before I ride it, before I bring it down off the hoist. I'll do a final check. But for now, this back tire has been changed. So I'll go back into the shop now and set up my balancer and balance it. Okay, we're back in the shop here. Now I've got my balancer all set. This is a balancer that I made myself. I've had it for years. It balances the tires absolutely perfectly. It's a static balancer. There's many different types. You basically just let it roll down, which I can see I have weights on there. I'm going to have to take those off. Sometimes I'll leave them on there because sometimes it comes out of there it's absolutely perfectly balanced, but this time it's not. So I'm going to shut this camera off and struggle those things off of there and get back on it. Okay, I'll just show you how easy it is to peel these off of here if you have the right tools. This is a small plastic, hard plastic tire spoon that you can get at Honda or any of those small. It's for smaller motorcycles, but it's very, very hard plastic. So we just grab it at the end here and work it up. And just walk it right off of there. It comes off in a strip. Now, every time you take wheel weights off, you want to clean them. Don't ever leave them. It makes a mess, makes the rim look messy. You take them off. I'll take them off with acetone. So I'm going to crawl up on the shelf here and get them, and I'll get back to this. Okay, we've got the weights off, and I've washed it with this product. It's called Super Degooper. It works very well. Just put some on a rag, soak some on the glue, let it sit for a minute or so, and then scrub it off. You can use this plastic scraper again to get most of it off, and then go with the cloth. It takes 3 or 4 times applications, but it gets it all off, and then the rim looks nice. So now it's just watch and see what the tire is going to do on its own. Ideally, you don't want it to move. So there is something heavy over on this side. Yeah. The wheel weights that were on there were totally in the wrong spots. And probably too many of them. So once it stops, directly right above it is going to be the lightest part of the tire. So that is where we're going to apply weight. And we can do that with the old weight. We just use the old weight, a couple of them, and just stick them on there temporarily. You have to use some tape. Just tape it on the top. Move it to 9 o'clock here. So it's still quite heavy at the bottom. So we're going to add more weight. This is just going to tell us how much weight to put on. Yeah, so it's slowing down quite a bit now. That side. that's all the weights that I took off of it are now on it again, but on a different position of the tire here.